Hello and welcome to Elemental Hardware Enrichment. In today's video, we'll be covering my favorite project, the wooden Bluetooth speaker and the table saw. We use the SawStop brand table saw in our shop. It has a lot of nice features that are a good fit for our shop and work well when making the wooden Bluetooth speaker. Our Bluetooth speaker not only delivers exceptional sound, but gives you a hands-on experience that blends basic carpentry, technology, and practical engineering skills. The wooden Bluetooth speaker is one of our projects that has several electrical components used in the build. My name is Shalen, I'm a team member here at Elemental Hardware Enrichment. I'll be your host, but in this episode, I'll be joined by two team members that helped out behind the scenes as our carpenters, and they are Bradley and Danny. Join us in this video as we help inspire that electrician in you. The wooden Bluetooth speaker is a great project to show students practical skills in woodworking, electronics, and Bluetooth technology. This project bridges classroom theory with real-world tech. Students will explore wireless communication, signal processing, and audio engineering by wiring up Bluetooth boards, speakers, and power, core concepts in modern electronics. Bluetooth is a short-range wireless technology used to exchange data between devices within about 10 meters. It forms a small network called a piconet, allowing connected devices to communicate using encoded signals. Developed in Sweden starting in 1989, the first Bluetooth device appeared in 1999, with the first Bluetooth phone hitting stores in 2001. Our kits include every part and the hardware you need to create the finished wooden Bluetooth speaker you see here. The build requires a variety of tools, including a screwdriver handle with a No. 1 Phillips head bit and socket, needle nose pliers, a No. 2 Phillips head screwdriver, a precision flathead screwdriver, and a wrench. The design and custom painting, however, are all up to your creativity, allowing you to make it truly your own. Like the other videos in this series, the focus will not be on the step-by-step process of building the wooden Bluetooth speaker. However, for those interested in the build, a QR code is provided here, or links are available in the video description to learn more. The first table saw was patented in 1777 by Samuel Miller. The basic concept of the table saw hasn't really changed much and is a commonly used piece of equipment by industries, small businesses, carpenters, and the weekend hobbyists. They come in different sizes and horsepowers and can be used to cut a wide range of materials like wood, plastic, and cut various metals as well. They can be adjusted to cut different depths and angles also. The table saw can sometimes reduce parts more efficiently than a CNC. If a product just needs a straight line type of cut, the table saw can be the best tool for that. We use our table saws to cut anything from full-size sheets of material to something as small as a dowel. Before we continue, let's cover the basic parts of the saw. There are a few features that I will not be covering that the saw has from the factory, and if you are interested in learning more, we have included a link to the company's page here in the description. We'll start with the blade of the saw. There are different types of saw blades and sizes and various types of teeth on the blades as well that allow you to cut different materials. Next we have what is called the fence, which can be set to different lengths for cutting and helps with safety and measuring. Then there is the table of the saw, which is machined flat and smooth so parts glide effortlessly on the table, ensuring a good cut. Next we will have the on-off switch, and also an e-stop feature which will be covered later in this video. A custom-made item that we use a lot and you will see in our videos is a table sled. A table sled is used to cut parts accurately at mass scale, especially miter cuts and cross cuts. It also helps keep our carpenters safe while operating the machine. The last parts we are going to show are the handles that are used to move the motor and trunnion. These handles raise and lower and tilt the blade for various cutting depths and angles. Before using the saw for any projects, carpenters have to set up the table saw to ensure accurate and clean cuts. We use several tools to set up the table saw. We use wrenches to remove and install the proper blade needed for the job. Then we use three main tools to check the blade for proper setup, and they are the saw calibrator, a right angle square that is commonly referred to as the dead nuts tool, and the last is an angle finder from Klein Tools. Now let's show you how we set up the table saw. First, we will install the correct blade needed for the job. We loosen the nuts that hold the blade on. If there is a blade already on, we would remove it before installing the new one. Then we install the new blade and tighten it down using wrenches and the same nut removed earlier. Next, we use the saw calibrator to set up the fence. We insert the saw calibrator to the table guide and bring the fence to the caliper and check tolerance. We adjust the fence guide if out and then recalibrate it to get the results needed. The next step is checking the squareness of the table. This helps us get as precise a cut as possible. We maximize the blade height using the handles shown earlier. We then take the dead nuts and set it flush on the table and against the blade. When the entire tool is set properly against the blade, there will be no space in between the blade and the right angle tool. This shows us that the blade is now properly set to 90 degrees. If we need a 45-degree angle, we simply do the same thing but slant the blade and check it with a 45-degree edge as shown here. The final step is setting up the blade height to the material being cut. Using the handles mentioned previously, we will raise or lower the blade height to just above the material. The Bluetooth speaker parts that are cut on the table saw are what we call the long and short wall. Using a blueprint, the carpenters look to see what parts, dimensions, and type of cuts need to be made. These blueprints are important because they help each department to make sure their parts will match up to what the other departments are making. The first thing that the carpenters have to do is take a full sheet of the Baltic birch and cut it down to the length and width needed to create either the long or short wall as seen here. After that, they follow the blueprints to see what parts are needed to have either the dado or miter cuts, or even both done and cut to what dimensions. With the help of guides or a fence to set the right cutting dimensions, the carpenter can quickly cut these parts to accurate dimensions simply by applying pressure towards the fence or guides while cutting. After cutting the parts out, the carpenter then uses the tools like a caliper or a square to measure and ensure that the correct cut or angle has been created. After cutting and ensuring the parts are to our standards, they then box them up and send them to quality control for inspection. Now let's quickly discuss what the other departments do for the Bluetooth speaker in order to make this project kit. I will keep this in the order that it is produced and sent to the different departments. Several parts of the Bluetooth speaker are started on the CNC. We use it for making the front panels, back panels, and the acrylic plate as well. There is not a way to use the table saw to make these circles or drill holes because the table saw is not designed for that. This is where the CNC works better and eliminates the need for multiple machines to be used to make these parts. Packaging also plays a part in the building of the project kits. While the wooden parts are cut in production, packaging cuts and trims the wires for the project kits to the appropriate lengths and solders the wire ends as well. After the CNC is finished cutting the parts, the ones that have the tabs are cut out by a production team member and then boxed up and passed to the next station, which is routing. In our routing department, team members flush cut the parts that have the tabs and give the front panel a chamfer where the speakers are placed. If any light sanding is needed, they will do it at this time as well. After the team members are done routing the parts, they are again boxed up and sent to our quality control or QC department. There is only one part that will have another process done before seeing QC, and that is the back panel. It will get branded before going to QC. The QC department is the last step in ensuring that parts are accurately made and hold up to our standards that we set to provide you with a quality product. Here, the parts are checked for proper dimensions, shape, and fitment with the other parts. After QC, the final step is sending the parts to packaging, where they take care to ensure all the parts and hardware are boxed up properly and sent to you for hours of enjoyment. Here are some tips for using any table saw. Check for squareness and true zero before using the saw. When rough cutting wood, you want to apply pressure towards the fence. This helps prevent the material from shifting while cutting and helps make a straight cut and less burn marks. Maintaining any machine is a good idea, but on the saw, waxing the surface is one of the best things you can do to help the product slide smoothly and accurately and help with a safe cut as well. We have dust collectors that help with the dust being released into the shop. This makes the environment of our shop cleaner and helps control how much wood shavings and dust are in the air. Our table saws have two safety features to help prevent any injury to the operators. First, we will talk about the e-stop. Like most big machinery, there is an e-stop or safety stop. On the saw, it is located here and allows the user to knee or kick at it to turn the saw off in case of emergency. One of the best safety features on the table saw we use is a SawStop feature. When any skin or item other than the material being cut touches the blade, it triggers the sensor. When the sensor is triggered, it activates a process to stop the blade from cutting any further and retracts it back in the table as seen here. This happens faster than any reaction possible by the saw operator, preventing any injuries and product damaging the operator and others around the saw. The standard safety PPE used are safety glasses, ear protection, and dust mask. The table saw does create a lot of chips when cutting. Using glasses prevents any eye damage, and it is always a good idea when wood chips or dust is created to wear a mask as well. Like most machines that cut wood, there are both high and low noise ranges that can damage hearing over time if not properly protected by using ear protection. Hope you enjoyed watching and learned about our process in the table saw. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode.